Hey, Ava, how you doing today?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. So I'm excited to see that you came back this week. I know last week you were kind of on the edge of not really wanting to be in therapy, so I'm glad to see you back. What made you want to come back this week?
I really only came back because of my husband. He thinks that I should be here. I don't think so, but it's causing a lot of conflict in our marriage, and I don't want to get divorced, but it seems as if we're heading that way.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's good to hear that, you did come back because you sound like you do care about your marriage and, you want to make your husband happy, so you're willing to try this out. So it's good to hear that, but I just
Mhm.
want you to keep in the back of your mind too that, in order for you to be able to get through therapy, you kind of want it, you have to want it as much as he does. So just keep that in mind too. So I know last week was kind of like your initial session, kind of just got a little background information about what's going on. We really didn't get a chance to really develop your treatment plan, which is something that I kind of wanted to start out with at first. So I kind of just wanted to know what are some things that you think that you need to work on while you're here.
Um, I haven't been sleeping the best. Like I sleep maybe an hour or two, then I'm up for 4 hours, and then I'm back to sleep for maybe another hour or two.
Mhm.
Me and my husband have been arguing a lot more because I've been very withdrawn. I don't want to spend as much time with him or our families.
Mhm.
It's just a lot.
Okay. So it sounds like some things that you want to work on is probably trying to figure out like while you're up
Yeah.
and not sleeping. Like, what are some things that you are experiencing too? Like when you're up, are you just up because you can't sleep and you think it's like something medical or?
Oh, well, I'm having nightmares, so
Okay.
then it's like I'd rather just not sleep so that I don't have to experience them. But
Mhm.
then it's like when I'm up, my thoughts are like driving me crazy and my mind's going like a mile a minute and it's a lot.
Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong too. Is a lot of the reason like why you're up in these dreams that you're having, does it have anything to do from just coming back from Iraq?
Yes, a
Yeah.
lot to do
It has a
with
lot to
it.
do with it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to share a little bit?
Well, a very close friend of mine passed during the tour, so I kind of feel like it's my fault and that I should have been there to protect her. And since I wasn't, it's like I have these nightmares where like she's telling me like this is all your fault. Like if it wasn't for you, like I would still be there.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, and too, this is like a normal reaction for a lot of people who come back from doing tours over in Iraq and from other places. Like while this whole war has been going on, a lot of soldiers are coming back, just feeling like it's their fault. It's something that they could have done differently. So I just want you to know too that you're not alone in feeling these type of feelings. I'm sure your husband has probably told you this before because
Yeah.
he's in the army and he's done tours too. So I just want you to know that like these feelings are normal. Like I just want you to remember too that there was probably nothing that you could have done differently. Like you did your job, you did what you're supposed to do. So I just want you to keep that in mind as well. Something else that you said too is that you do notice that you're kind of like angry and irritable more, and you kind of got like that loneliness from your
Yeah.
husband. So do you want to focus on that today? And that be like one of like the main goals that we focus on first, or how do you want to do this?
Yeah, I think I want to focus on that first. I think that if I do like get to the point where I want to spend more time with my husband and our families again, it would kind of help me sleep better at night.
Okay.
And then from there, we can go.
Okay. All right. All right, Ava. So let's talk a little bit about like what has you withdrawn from your family in the first place? Like, why are you feeling lonely? Why are you not like wanting to be around them as much?
Um, I think my family blames me for my friend passing. Like, we went into the army together, we did the tour together, and then it was only me who came back. And she was also very close to my family as I was to hers, and I just feel like they all blame me. Like when her mother comes by to visit, like I can't even stay in the same room with her for more than a minute. And I feel like when my family looks at me, they think like, why didn't she come back with you, Ava? Why is it just you here?
Alright, okay. So I remember you telling me last week that you come from a family that's both has like active and non-active military. So, I just want you to be aware that I know that they understand that, it's not your fault that she didn't come back. I'm sure that you have family members that have done tours and who haven't done tours. So it's like they're understanding that, it wasn't your fault. It wasn't, you shouldn't blame yourself. So I feel like next time that you're gonna go around like their family or like see her mom like at the supermarket, I just think that maybe we should try something new when you see them. I think we can kind of just start replacing those negative thoughts that that they blame you to like Ava was the one that was there with her. Your friend didn't have to experience it alone. You were there, like you experienced it. So I think that's something that you should try differently the next time that you're going to be around your family, just to see how you think it's going to help your overall well-being or when you're being around them, and kind of help you just to get closer to them again.
Okay, I think I can try that. I'll give it a try. It's just that, like my thoughts seem like they like just take over, and I can't deal with it because I just think everybody blames me.
Right. Well, it sounds like you do like have like a lot of like negative thoughts like about yourself and about your experience in being in Iraq. So I think like one of the main things that we're really going to focus on is kind of just replacing all those thoughts. Like replacing your thoughts with more positive thoughts kind of helps you realize or helps you get a better experience like on the world around you. Like when you start thinking more positively, like, about walking out the door and going to your car, like, it's a better day than saying, walking out the door and going to your car and, like, you're going to have a flat tire. You got to start thinking, like, oh, I'm going to walk out to my car and, like, I'm going to have my husband put a full tank of gas in my car. So,
that would never happen.
Yeah, but, it just helps you have a better day when you start thinking more positively about stuff. So, I think that's something that we should try. Just, are there any, like, family gatherings or family events coming up?
We do have our family reunion coming up in a couple weeks. And, we usually do Sunday dinners together, but I haven't really been participating that much. Mm-hmm. So maybe this Sunday I can try that because I do miss my family.
Yes, yeah, I would definitely try that. Like, write it down, like, on a sticky note and kind of, like, post it on your bedroom mirror or something like that. Kind of just to remind yourself, like, I was there with her, or, today's going to be a good Sunday dinner, and, you guys can get there and start talking about, like, sports or something, and it might not even come up, so. Okay?
Yeah, it doesn't usually come up. It's just me, and when I first came back, everybody told me that they didn't blame me. They were happy I was home, and, like, they were glad that I was there with her, but I feel like maybe I could have done more.
Right. So, okay. So that's, okay, so then that gives me a better understanding then we're definitely going to start working on that. We're definitely going to be, like, I was there for her. I did everything that I can. Like, those are the kind of thoughts that we're going to start having you repeat more, okay? Like, that's kind of, actually, I think that's what we're going to do as far as, like, that's definitely going to be your homework assignment. Okay. For the next session is we're definitely...
I didn't know it came with homework.
Like, therapy is different for everybody. So, it's not really a homework assignment. It's just making sure that, that this hour session that you're spending with me, I need you to do it outside too. Because I can give you the skills here and we can practice them, but you got to be able to practice them when I'm not here too. So.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it a try. I'm ready to get back close to my family, and before I left for Iraq, me and my husband talked about starting a family, but since I've been back with everything going on, it hasn't happened, and I'm ready to start a family of my own. My only reservation is, like, what if I get too anxious and I can't even make it to the dinner table to have those thoughts or to do anything?
Right. So that's more of your negative thinking again. So we're going replacing that. Like, instead of you saying, like, instead of, like, just now, instead of you saying, like, what if I get anxious, just, like, say, like, like, when I'm going to be able to make it to family dinner, I'm going to be able to, bring, like, your favorite dish that you make that everybody loves to eat. Like, start saying stuff like that. But if you do feel like you're getting anxious and, you kind of forget about, like, the positive thoughts that we're talking about right now, what's something that you think you could do to kind of, like, help calm you or help, like, get you prepared to go?
I think maybe I could go for a run before Sunday dinner. That's something that always helps me clear my mind
That
and puts me at ease.
That sounds really good. Exercise is one of the big things that a lot of people do to kind of help any type of, like, anxiety or stress. So that's something you can definitely do. And since you're trying to get close back to your husband too and kind of eliminate that loneliness, you can ask him if he wants to go with you too. Yeah, and then, even, like, for running too, like, it could probably help with your irregular sleep patterns too, run 10 miles and you'll probably go home and pass out sleep and not have to hurry about being up. So keep that in mind too. So, let's try doing the running before Sunday dinner, and let's try doing it to see if it helps with your sleep as well.
Okay, I can do that.
All right, cool. So that's your homework assignment for this week. It's kind of just, try to practice replacing those negative thoughts. If you have to, write it down on a sticky note, post it around. Try going for the run. And if you want to, you can also try some deep breathing exercises, just
okay.
Count to 10, count backwards from 10, whichever one is your preference, and then, just go from there. And then we'll review everything. You have my phone number. I'm on call this week, so
okay.
If something happens, just give me a call, then we'll go from there.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, you got any questions for me?
No, I don't.
All right, cool. Have a good weekend then.
Thank you. You too.